it's just interesting, being on this walk with God and with my faith.
When you choose this calling for whatever it is you want, your purpose, God did not promise comfort. Mm-hmm. And it's the lack of comfort that you're experiencing right now that most people crave to have, because comfort becomes a prison and you become numb, and before you know it, you're 60 years old and you're watching TV on a Saturday night when your kids aren't even in your house because you don't even like the relationship you're in and you're not going on date nights, you just happen to settle. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Late Night Date Night podcast, and on this episode, we're going to unpack a lot of stuff. We have an opportunity to talk about what are the things that get in the way of us being the person that we actually want to be, both for our significant others and for ourselves. More importantly, how do we get to become the people that we want to be for our children? We talk about dad guilt, mom guilt, and the reality is, how do you take the next step to becoming the person, the man, the woman, the husband, the father, and to build the life that you actually want? So we hope you enjoy this episode. I had a coaching call today with one of my coaches, David Binns, and he has me going through this exercise where I'm looking back on just, the different versions of me. And it's like Sergio 1.0 was the guy who just got into real estate, right? Those first 2 years where he didn't really know anything about how to sell, market, or do anything. And then there's the guy that was like years 3 through 6 who had built this engine and was making money and was building success, and then he got so caught up in the lifestyle and maintaining the lifestyle and making the money and notoriety and attention and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. And then there's the version of me that completely was just like, I can't do this anymore, I want to let go. And now it's then it was last year, I was gone all year trying to just work on me, and then here I am now in this version of me that is just building and building and building. And I think it's so interesting how, as I was looking back on all of these stories that I've been telling myself, there was so much doubt and fear in myself about having a conversation with a buyer or seller about signing an agreement to work with me. I was so insecure about who I was. And then there were so many conversations about, can I do this again? Every month or every year that turned over, I was just wondered if I could repeat my results. And it was interesting to reflect back on the results and have them mirrored up to me to just see how far I've come. And at the same time, it kind of brought me to tears, just seeing how much I put you through. And my heart, it really started to break a little bit, because I think there's points in our lives where we carry the weight of things that we've done in our past. And I don't have I truly don't believe I have any guilt and shame for what I did, in the sense that I've forgiven myself, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. And that's easy to say, be like, oh, there's opportunity in everything. And there is. But it came on the back end of a lot of work. But what I'll say is there's always something that comes up to the surface as we're doing this work on ourselves and in our marriage. And I feel like we're at this point right now in our relationship where it feels like it's breaking once again. Yeah. And not because of us not loving one another. I think it's because we love each other so much that now that we both feel safe and loved and the relationship is secure, there's old things that are we're no longer tolerating. Mm-hmm. And before this, we were up in the bathroom and you were just crying. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going through it, just like I was going through it the other morning, just in tears, and you're getting broken again. What's going on?
It's just interesting, being on this walk with God and with my faith. He'll purify or prune you. It's the season of, pruning you and getting you to see and reflect back to you the things in your life that just aren't working. And I believe I've talked about that in the past of the people pleaser and the perfectionist and things like that. And those are still things that I'm still working on or working through. And now it's this new season of you got to slow down or focus on the right things. And if you want to truly live in your purpose, what does that look like? But it also means letting go of some of the old things that I used to do that I just don't have time or space for, or maybe they just don't matter. And so I'm just in this place where I'm trying to figure out, what is my purpose, and how can I live in it, and battle this self-doubt, because I launched my community call. I did it for a few weeks, and then I pulled the plug because on the last call that I held, like no one showed up. And I was like, okay, well, that's my sign. It doesn't work. And so it's just interesting that like the moment that things get hard, you know, it's like this doubt and this, like, I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the qualifications. Like, I should go focus on this first, and then maybe I can do that. Like, they all kick in. And so I'm just in this place of like trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. But the reality is like, I won't know what I want to do unless I actually like make some moves to like try different things and see like what works and what I like and what I don't.
Yeah. Did you always know that you wanted to be a a dancer?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean,
Like
it's hard.
you came out of the womb just like tap dancing?
No, but I don't have a lot of memories from my younger childhood.
Okay. Was there a point when you were dancing growing up that you doubted yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I tried out for the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, I think right out of high school, and I was a disaster. And so
What do you mean you were a disaster?
it was clear I was not ready for that level of like professional dance. Just like in who I was, still very young, not knowing what I was going to do with school, like showing up late, just kind of just all around a little bit of like a hot mess.
So you were doing dumb shit?
I was doing dumb stuff because I was young, and that's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was the year that you tried out for the Minnesota Vikings? Didn't you tell me they told you that you were a little too fluffy?
I was fluffy too.
Because you were partying?
I was partying.
There's a photo of you from high school that you look like Garth from Wayne's World.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
we gotta find that.
That was when I went through my phase of like, I quit dance just because my relationship with the dance teacher, and kind of threw up my middle fingers and said, fuck this, and walked away. And
so you walk away from dance.
Yeah.
The Vikings turn you down. And then we fast forward to 2016. And you're dancing at the Super Bowl in front of 77,000 people as the Denver Broncos win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. The biggest stage of all time.
Yeah.
Do you think that girl that got rejected by the Vikings, that was a hot mess, as your words, thought that she would have made it to the NFL and danced at the Super Bowl?
No. I put that dream aside because I started doubting myself and just, invested myself in what college kids do, is drinking and having fun.
So then you completely just like, you know what? I got shut down. This isn't for me. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of put it by the wayside because all that doubt, fear, anxiety started to creep in. Mm-hmm. What brought that back to life? Because you danced in the NBA for 5 years. Mm-hmm. I've seen photos of that too. You thought you were hot shit in that like rhinestone jacket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
What led you back to dance?
Eventually I just got so tired of my life and kind of like settling for what I was settling for. And while I had a lot of fun dancing, on a couple different college teams, it's just not what I wanted and not what my heart wanted. Mm-hmm. There's just a difference when you can dance to perform in front of people in like the NBA or the NFL. And then there's a different kind of stage when you're dancing competitively against other college teams to like be the best.
And then there's the third stage, which is my favorite stage, is at weddings when you've had a few too many drinks and you take your shirt off and you whip it around your head because shout comes on.
Yeah, you did that.
That's my favorite dance stage.
It is.
So you have
my favorite stage is the dance parties we have in our kitchen.
That's also great. With dance parties in the kitchen with Luca and the new Taylor Swift song. Like he's a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But you have this season where like all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of the mundane. And you're in college, right? And a dead end relationship. And then you choose to get back into dance. What sparked it?
Yeah. I think I just wanted more for my life. That burning desire that I kind of always had to be a professional dancer came back and it was like reignited. I think I probably spent a few years doubting myself of like, is this what I really wanted? And so I took, the route of dancing on college teams, and then I realized, well, this isn't really for me anymore. and I still have this dream. And so then I guess I just decided to go after it, and the Timberwolves.
So the dream came back alive. Mm-hmm. When you showed up for that Timberwolves like first tryout, were you nervous?
Very nervous. Yeah.
Did you make it the first time?
Yes.
So you make it the first time. Mm-hmm. And then how long was it until you became captain of the team?
I think it was like 2 or 3 years.
And
3
then,
years.
So 3 years in,
Yeah.
and then you were a captain for another.
2 years.
So you were at the pinnacle of it. Mm-hmm. And then you make this decision. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done with the NBA. Mm-hmm. I want to go dance in
The NFL.
In the big leagues. Mm-hmm. And so you go, tell me that story. Mm-hmm. Tell me the story about the week I'm talking about.
The Super Bowl week?
No. The week from Minnesota to here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was in this relationship that...
Relationship. This is the relationship. Relationship. College relationships or relationships?
Yeah.
Everybody's sleeping with everybody else. Disasters.
Yeah.
Just drinking SoCo and lime and chugging, slapping the bag, and then just crying. Yeah. No? That was all me, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell me continue.
I had danced in the NBA for 5 years, and I was ready for something new at that point. And again, that dream came back of dancing in the NFL, because I had a couple of women that I danced with at the studio that I grew up dancing with, danced professionally. And I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. I want to do that too. And so I just had this dream one day, and I was like, I think I'm going to try out for the Broncos, because my best friend from high school was out here going to nursing school. And I was like, okay, she invited me out for her birthday. And so I came to her birthday party. We went up to Glenwood Springs and hiked Hanging Lake. We did the downtown experience, and I just absolutely fell in love with the state of Colorado and the mountains and the city, and just being in a new place. And I was like, I think I'm going to do this. And so I think there was a prep class that I came out to, and then auditions that I came out to a few weeks later or something like that. I tried out for the team. I was applying for jobs back when I was in Minnesota and finishing up my season with the NBA. And I ended up coming out here for auditions. I got a job on Tuesday in Denver, and then I made the team on Saturday for the Broncos. And I was like, well, I guess this is it.
And then you made the team, and then what did you say to your boyfriend at the time?
Gosh, I can't remember.
You told me that you're like, I'm moving to Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to come with me, great, but I'm going.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what did he say?
He was like, I'm not leaving.
And then what did you do?
It's like, okay, I came out here.
And you moved out here.
Yeah.
And in one weekend, you got an apartment, and you were on the team, and you got a job. Thank God you got that job, because I would never have met you.
Yeah, that's how we met.
And then fast forward a year later, and you're dancing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I find it interesting how you came out here to try something on, after trying something on back in Minnesota that completely failed.
Yeah.
And then you just made a decision. I'm going to go after this thing that I desire. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to get a job. I don't know how I'm going to make the team, because last time they told me I was too fluffy. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, but you know what? I'm just going to give this a shot. Fuck it. You got a case of the fuck it's, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to give it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And there was doubt, and there was fear, and there was anxiety, and you had to say goodbye to your boyfriend, and you had to move to another state where you were all alone, and you had no friends, and you had to recreate this version of you.
Yeah.
And now here we are, 9 years later.
Crazy.
And you are facing the exact same storyline that you faced when you decided to say, fuck it, I want more for my life. So why is this any different?
It's not. I think the dream was so clear when I knew what I was going after as being an NFL cheerleader. And now it's I don't know what it is that I'm going after. And so that uncertainty and that doubt of well, is this even worth it? I don't even know what I'm aspiring to be. And so it's maybe I need to meditate and make that vision more clear of what it is I want to be and what I want my life to be, without the doubt coming in and like the questioning that I have with myself of like, can you do this all? Can you be a mom? Can you have your own purpose and have like something you chase after, plus homeschool, plus spend time with the boys?
What if the answer to that question is yes? What if you just assumed the answer to that question was yes? Yes, you can do all of those things. Making the decision to walk away from real estate at the top of my game didn't make any sense to a lot of people. I think a lot of times I think of it like when Michael Jordan walked away after winning 3 championships and he went to play baseball and everybody's like, what are you doing? And it didn't make sense to anybody, but it made sense to him. And in the pursuit of you going after something, your vision for what you want, there's going to be moments, at least in my experience, where me building standard has been very clear. I can close my eyes and I can see the vision of the home that we're going to live in, the parties of the people and the couples that are over of us entertaining. I can see myself driving up in this car, just listening to rap music, getting out of the car and have the neighbors kind of like wave their hands at me. They don't really want to see me, but they're just being nice, but they hate the music I'm in, except for the husband. He actually likes it. I hear the kids laughing inside. I see myself driving down the highway from Golden, where my office is on the river, and I just got done having an all-day intensive with a client. We're walking up and down Clear Creek Canyon. And those things are really easy to see in the moments where marketing's working and sales are working and our relationship is on fire and I feel like I'm being a good dad and I'm prioritizing fun and I'm doing all of the things that make my life great. God is at the center of it. We're going to church. I'm in the Bible every day. I'm tracking my macros. I'm feeling good. The vision's really clear at that point. But the vision only became clear because I was willing to step into the unknown with a case of the fuck it's. Yeah. I don't know where this is going to go. 2 years ago when I launched, at the time it was Become the Standard, I didn't know who I was coaching. So I was coaching real estate agents and mortgage lenders. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was literally just like, hey, I'll listen to this coach and then I'm going to go say the exact same thing over here. And it just happened to work for a little bit. But that path led to the growth of that, which led to going from 5 clients to 16 clients, which then led to the complete implosion of it, being a protege for my coach, Garrett J. White, to now building this back up to a $500,000 business. But at each single step, the vision got blurry. And the vision got blurry when I stopped creating a relationship with it. The vision got blurry when I stopped taking action. The vision got blurry when the noise of me saying, I can't do this, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I don't know where this is going, who the fuck is listening, why am I telling everybody about how such a big of an asshole I was to my wife, why do I continue to just roll over myself with the proverbial bus online and let everybody know that I was a shitty fucking husband while I was building this business, why? And then I get a message, hey man, your video helped me have a conversation with my wife. I thought we were done, but now we're talking. You see, when you choose this calling for whatever it is you want, your purpose, God did not promise comfort. And it's the lack of comfort that you're experiencing right now that most people crave to have, because comfort becomes a prison and you become numb. And before you know it, you're 60 years old and you're watching TV on a Saturday night when your kids aren't even in your house because you don't even like the relationship you're in and you're not going on date nights. You just happen to settle. And so I get it that you're scared. But I'm sure Taylor Swift was scared too when she put out her first album.
Yeah.
And look at her now.
I saw her at Country Fest in Wisconsin before she was like a big person. So, yeah, I mean, it's just being willing to try. And I went through this phase of feeling like I was on fire and everything was going well. And I made the jump to launch my community call. I did it for a few weeks. And then I stopped because I was like, well, this is taking time away from the boys, and I don't want that. This is becoming more of a burden and I don't want that. And plus, no one shows up anyways, and so I don't think I'm making a difference. So I've taken a step back for the last like month or two and whatnot, and now I'm in this place of like, well, I thought like I didn't want that, but I think I do. Now I just need to make the decision to, I guess, be able to like launch it again or go through this like preparation and pruning season of like, it's not perfect, but might help someone. Yeah.
Listen, this is not where I expected it to be. And in a year from now, it won't be here. It's this willingness to look like a fool.
Yeah.
You have to remember who's judging you. The only people who judge you are people who have shitty fucking lives. Nobody who is successful looking down at you, taking action when you don't know what you're doing, stepping into the unknown, trying, is looking at you being like, what is she doing? It's the people who leave the shitty comments on here. It's the people who will wave the flag about no more genocide, but they won't ever actually go out and make enough money to have a big impact. So they hide. But you have to understand.
Or blame.
Or blame. You have to understand who you feel like you're getting judged by. Their opinions are irrelevant. Somebody told me this a long time ago. Somebody else's opinion about me doesn't matter. It's none of my business.
No. Yeah.
And the reality is, I watched you in that community call. You didn't know what you were doing, which is completely, but you showed up with a pure heart. You showed up with a good intention. And I watched how it brought you back to life and how I imagine it must have felt when that dance stream came back to life. There was a lightness to you. There was a joy to you. There was a connection to the boys that I haven't seen. And I actually, you know what? Fuck that. I know what dad guilt feels like. To come up from work and you get an hour and a half with your kids before they go to bed because you've been busting your ass all day. Yeah, so I know what it feels like. And here's what I'm gonna tell you. That's gonna exist no matter what. It's gonna exist if you do it and you have less time with them. It's gonna exist if you don't do it and you show up angry with them because you're frustrated that you don't have your purpose. So you get to choose.
And it's not that I have to spend like all the time with them, because that doesn't always mean the most. It's like spending quality time with them.
Yeah.
But I still found myself, in this place too, where I launched the community call and I felt like I still had more to do. And so then I was like trying to be with them, but then also trying to multitask because I felt like I had more in me and I wanted to do more. But then that was just creating like chaos a little bit. And
so one of the most sold programs online is Couch to 5K. It's a workout routine that it teaches you how to run a 5K if you've been sitting on the couch, just scrolling Netflix and looking at TikTok. You know what they don't do on the first day? Run a fucking 5K.
Yeah.
They get up and they're like, hey, let's just go for a walk. You've been kind of a fat fuck for the last decade, so we're just gonna go for a walk. Okay? And then after we're done walking, we're gonna sit back down. And then tomorrow we're gonna walk a little bit further. Now, I've never done Couch to 5K because, well, I can just go run a 5K. But I would imagine there's a progression of it. Yeah. You don't just jump from, I remember like when I first got into real estate, I didn't just jump to making $960,000 a year like day one. Bro, I could barely sell a home. I couldn't even like get people to pick up the phone. I remember going through my whole phone book every single month, calling everybody. Hey, this is Sergio. What's up? Hey, I just wanted to let you know, one, it's good to talk to you. Two, I'm really excited because I just started a new career. I want to tell you about it. I'm in real estate now. And I just wanted to call and say, if you know of anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, would you mind just keeping me in mind? Sure. Next month. Hey, Lizzi, Sergio again. Oh, what's up? Hey, listen, I'm just curious, just checking in. Have you come across anybody that you can introduce me to that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? No, dude, but keep at it, man. You're doing a great job. We loved your newsletter last month. Month 3. Hey, Lizzi. What's up, Sergio? Hey, I'm just calling you again. I'm still trying to build this business for me and my family. Just question, have you come across anybody that you can maybe just introduce me to that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? By month 4, I would call and they'd be like, Sergio, listen, we promise you, if we know of anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, we'll introduce you. But there was a progression. 8 months of no sales. Then it was like 1 or 2 every month. Then it was 3 to 4, right? And then I was averaging almost 5 a month. I wasn't even built to handle 5 a month in the beginning.
Yeah.
I could barely log into my own fucking, like, the RE Colorado and figure out how to find a home. And so I share this with you because there's a progression. Just allow it to look the way it's going to look. And at the end of the day, just focus on the next right action.
Yeah.
That's it.
Kind of have to get the basics down before I assume this big role and big job.
Yeah.
You
don't dance at the Super Bowl without knowing how to do a pirouette.
Yeah.
Right? Did I nail that?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's
Good
right.
job. Yeah.
So you said something earlier. I just want to hold this back up to you. I'm just a mom. You're a mom. You're not just a mom. And there's at least 6,100 people that are subscribed to this channel that don't just see you as a mom. They see you as a woman. They see you as a wife. They see you as an athlete. They see you as a fashionista. They see you as a Taylor Swift fan. They see you as a dancer. More importantly, they see your heart, and I see your heart. Just the next step.
Thanks, babe.
Just become the dancer.
One step at a time.
One pirouette at a time. That's the only dance move I know about.
That'll be my mantra then for the next.
It doesn't really roll off the lips, you know?
Next pirouette.
I love you.
Love you too.
Listen, you're more than just a mom. You're more than just a dad. God did not put you on this fucking earth to be average. You are always called to do more, and the only thing that's keeping you from doing that is you. So here's what I encourage you to do. Start with one simple question. What do I want? Create that vision. And just like a marriage or a relationship with your children, build that relationship by sitting with it. Feel into it. See it. Go out and try things on. Go drive new cars, walk through homes, get a new wardrobe, whatever it is. But start to experience it. And I promise you, the more that you do, the faster it'll become a reality. This is my beautiful wife. Go follow her on Instagram at Lizzi Ray. I'm at Sergio Nazaro. Welcome to the Late Night Day Now podcast. And until next time, take care. Peace.